Hey everybody, Futv, my Bruteforce 750, getting ready to go to Hatfield McCoy, and my suspension bearings on the outer part of the wheel. There's two bushings on the top, two bushings on the bottom. These things are wore out, and I'm going to replace these. I can show you how bad. Yeah, maybe the camera won't show it too much, but when you put the wheel on there, the wheel flops back and forth about an inch. These things have been a real pain in my butt to get out. I tried taking some out the other day with just a punch and was absolutely unsuccessful. Let me get this thing off, and I'll show you what I come up with on how to get these off, because I couldn't find anything on the internet on how to get these things out and get them replaced. I didn't do aftermarket bushings. I went and I bought OEM bushings, pins, and the seal caps. Let's get started. Okay, everybody, I got that spindle off. Got it in the bench. Took the pins out of it. These pins they're steel, but they're wore out. And these are what the bushings look like. These are the old ones. But you can see that what I've done, you can't push these things out like you can the black plastic bushings. So what I've done is I measured the ID of this. Turns out it's the tap drill size for a 3/4 18. That's a fine thread tap. So what I do is I tap both sides of it, this one and this one, and then what I do is I take this bolt and I thread this bolt down in there an inch. Now from the other side, since I've threaded that in there, because there's nothing to hit that bushing from the other side. Now, I have a bolt to hit it from the other side. So, let me get this out of my hand here, and then I'll show you how I knock it out. Okay, I got this rig turned upside down. You can see the bolt is in that bushing. I dropped that pin down in there, and if I had a third hand, I'd show you, but I'm going to knock this out, and then you will see how I push the other side out without threading it. Okay, now that I have knocked that out, of course I can just unscrew that off of there. That gives you a really, really good grip on that bushing to drive it out. But I don't have to do that to the other side, because now I have that bushing out. I will use this piece of 3/4 bar stock, which just fits nice and snug down into that hole. And if I can do this with one hand, see how that's coming out? Now both of them are out. Now I will repeat the process on this side, clean it all up, and then I'll show you how I would reassemble it. Okay, that's all. I've got all the bushings punched out. I got everything cleaned up inside. These are my brand new bushings, which I'll start in here. Start the other one in here. I'm only going to show you one of these because it's a pain in the neck. Now, I wish I had a bunch of hands. Basically what I'm going to do is, this is my press, otherwise known as a vise. I'm going to crank it open, and I'm going to very gently squeeze these together. Okay, there we go. They're in. Now, I will insert the shaft or sleeve, and then pump this dude. I can't do it with two hand or with one hand. I'm going to pump this full of grease. I will put grease around here, and then I'll put my grease caps back on. Do the same thing on the other side. and reassemble it. And through the magic of, I already did this one, you can see that there is no play whatsoever. It is tight as a drum. That side's done. That was the second side. I hope this helps somebody with the Kawasaki, because I couldn't find anything on YouTube on how to do this. And I couldn't find any aftermarket bushing kits for this either. I mean, they may be out there, but I couldn't find them. And I don't think you'd want to use that black plastic out here either, because it would just eat that stuff alive. They wouldn't last. It's one time when me, the tightwad, doesn't use aftermarket. I use the OEM, and I paid through the nose for it. But hopefully this helps somebody. Bye.